Kia ora koutou katoa. This is InfoJam, where we stop and update you on news and info from the past week. Leading news this week, New Zealand director Peter Jackson has been named by Forbes magazine as the highest paid entertainer of 2021. Jackson made 870 million New Zealand dollars last year, mainly through the sale of part of his visual effects business, Weta Digital, to Unity Software for $2.4 billion. Forbes estimates Jackson personally made about 900 million in cash and 570 million in stock from the deal. He is now the third person in history to become a billionaire from making films, after Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. The top 10 entertainers on the list are all male, with only 3 women making the top 20. The musicians Bob Dylan, Paul Simon and Bruce Springsteen all made the top 10 from selling their older music. Musicians Kanye West, Jay-Z and the actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson also made the top 10 from films, music sales and commercial deals. In world news, SpaceX's newest fleet of satellites have crashed out of orbit after being struck by a solar storm. Up to 40 of the 49 small satellites launched have re-entered the atmosphere and burned up. SpaceX said a geomagnetic storm made the atmosphere denser, which increased the drag on the Starlink satellites. SpaceX still has close to 2,000 Starlink satellites orbiting Earth and providing internet service to remote corners of the world. They circle the globe more than 550 kilometers up. Currently, they are working to help restore an internet connection for Tonga following the devastating volcanic blast. There is no danger from these newly falling satellites either in orbit or on the ground, according to the company. Each satellite weighs less than 260 kilograms. From the Odd Stuff file, a grumpy dog with wild fur and a permanent scowl has taken over the internet. The dog is called Proshka and has been gaining worldwide attention thanks to his crazy hairstyle and permanent frown. Proshka has racked up over 14,000 Instagram followers thanks to his striking looks, with many joking that his owner must have fed him after midnight. The 2-year-old dog, who lives in Sheffield, has been compared to Gizmo from Gremlins, but also Chewbacca and the Grinch. In sports, in a historic first, the entire 2022 Winter Olympic Games are being held on artificial snow. Most outdoor events in 2022 are taking place in Zhangjiakou, 160 kilometers outside of Beijing, where the climate is cold but dry. The area only experiences on average 7.9 millimeters of precipitation each winter. Therefore, this year there is more than 100 snow generators and 300 snow cannons working flat out to cover the ski slopes. They will create more than 1.2 million cubic meters of powder for athletes in outdoor events. However, this isn't the first Olympics where fake snow has been used. It has been used twice before to assist when weather conditions were not ideal. The move has caused a number of environmental groups to question the decision to hold the games in this location. A report estimated China needed 49 million gallons of water to create the required fake snow for the Olympics. This is around the same amount of water as 800 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Our pop culture topic this week is the world's largest shoe auction. 200 pairs of Louis Vuitton and Nike Air Force One shoes sold for over 37 million New Zealand dollars at auction. The event, held in the USA, was the largest auction of shoes that has ever taken place. The most expensive pair were a pair of Nike brown, white and cream coloured trainers featuring Nike's famous tick logo, which ended up going for over $500,000. The shoes were designed to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Nike Air Force Ones, which were first launched back in 1982. The trainers were created by the American fashion designer Virgil Abloh, who sadly died last year. The money raised from the auction will go to Virgil's Scholarship Fund, which helps support young, aspiring black fashion designers. Finally, the value of the week this week is still flexibility. Remember, flexibility means being able to be bent, usually without breaking. There are times in life where we can feel disappointed and let down when unexpected things happen. In these times, it's helpful to practice flexibility. Flexibility allows us to navigate unexpected changes without breaking down. The best way to be flexible is to accept that there are circumstances that are out of our control and things won't always go as expected. And a huge shout out to all the students in rooms 9 and 10 at Hornby Primary School. Have an awesome day, guys. Well, that's it for this week's InfoJam. If you want to know more about these stories and others like them, make sure you have a look around kiwikidsnews.co.nz and remember to tune in next week for our next InfoJam. Ka kite anō.